So we're doing variance and standard deviation. It is 2.5 of your textbook. So when I'm talking about variance, what do you think variance means? Do you know anything about variance? If I say I have data points, X, okay? So X is, I say 2, 3, 4. Can you give me the mean of this data point?
Miss, do we look at your screen?
Yeah, look at my screen and work on your screen. Can you give me the mean of this data point? It would be 2 plus 3 plus 4 divided by 3. It would be 9 by 3, or I would say the mean of this data set is 3. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay. So when I'm talking about variance, we basically talk how spread is my data points around the mean. So if I say my mean of X is 3, okay, and my data set is, I'm just giving a random example, my data set is 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 4.5, 5. That means I will have a small variance. If I say I have a small variance, that means my data is very closely clustered around the mean. Are you with me?
Miss, I don't
Yeah,
understand.
that means the data has less variance, right? If it's
Yeah, the
closely clustered.
data has less variance, or I would say my data. When I'm talking about data, I'm only talking about the X. Data is X. When I'm talking about the mean, that is, it is the average of the values. So we first calculate the mean, and then we see, is my X around the mean or no? If your X is around the mean, somewhere little here and there, that means your data is close to the mean. It is less spread out, or I would say you have a smaller variance. Are you with me?
Yes, miss.
Variance actually is telling you how close is your data around the mean. Is it widely spread or is it closely spread? So if you have a larger variance, means your data is far from the mean. If you have a small variance, that means your data is somewhere around the mean. Are you with me?
Yes, miss.
Okay. So whenever I have to calculate variance, that means calculation of the mean would be a must. Why?
Yeah. Can you repeat?
Whenever you calculate variance, calculation of the mean would be definitely a must. Can you tell me why calculation of mean would be a must?
So you would know if since
If
if
your
it's
data
closer,
is around the mean or away from the mean.
yeah.
If you have a smaller variance, that means your data is rotating around the mean. If you have a larger variance, that means your data is away from the mean. Are you with me?
Yes, miss.
So the symbol of a mean is like this. Okay? Sorry, variance is like this. So variance is actually telling you, this is the symbol of variance. Are you with me? If you understand the formula, it will help you retain the formula. So the symbol of variance is like this. It tells you how far is your data from the mean. So you have the mean. This is the symbol of mean. Yes or no?
Yes.
This is the symbol of your mean, and this is your X. So it tells you how far your data is from the mean. If your data is close to the mean, you will have a smaller variance. The variance would be small. If it is away from the means, the variance would be more. So how far your data is away from the mean will give you the formula for variance, and you divide it by n. I want you to write again and again this formula. Write again and again this formula. So when I'm talking about the variance, write along with me. Variance. Okay, write it along with me. Variance would be this. Okay, this is the symbol of variance. How it tells us the fact that the data point deviates from the mean by this much amount. This is the data point. It is away from the mean by this much amount, and you will divide it by n. Are you with me?
Yes, miss. I have a question.
1 minute. I still not completed the formula. Let me complete the formula.
Okay.
Okay. So again, my formula for variance. This is what? What does the
Variance.
symbol tell? Variance. It tells me how far is my data. This is the data away from the mean. You will put a sum of it, sigma, okay, divided by n, and you'll put a square. So this is the formula for your variance. I'll pause the video. I'll answer all your questions. So this is going to tell me how much my data deviates from the mean. Now there is an easier version of the formula. See, whenever you calculate the variance, they might sometimes ask you calculate the variance. Sometimes they'll ask you calculate the standard deviation. Okay, how much it deviates. So first, to calculate the standard deviation, we will first always calculate the variance. Variance is for the full sample. Okay, so how much your data deviates from the mean, you take the square of this divided by n. Summation of x, I'm putting another word, that is I, minus the mean x over n. When I have to take the standard deviation, I will do just the square root of this. So whatever variance you are getting, okay, whatever variance you are getting, if you do the square root of it, you get the standard deviation. So standard deviation is without the square. Standard deviation is square root of the variance. Are you with me?
Miss, what does the I stands for?
It's just x1, x2, x3, x4.
Okay.
Okay. Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay. This is the actual formula. What is this? Sigma square is the variance. This is summation. This is also called sigma. This is the symbol for the variance or standard deviation. If it is without the square, it is standard deviation. If it is with the square, it is variance. Now, to make our calculations easier or to make our life easier, what is the meaning of variance? Can you tell me again? How much your data
Varies
deviates
from the mean.
from mean. Are you with me? Are you with me?
Yes, miss.
Yes.
How do you calculate the mean? Can you tell me? Summation x divided by n. Yes or no?
Yes.
Summation x divide by no. What did he say, miss?
How do you calculate the mean?
The mean. Yeah, summation x divided by n.
Summation x divided by n. Now look, from the words we are making the formula. How much your data deviates from mean, and variance would always be square. Standard deviation would always be square root. Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay, so variance is always the square and standard deviation is always the square root of the variance. Variance is telling you how much your data deviates or varies from the mean. for this mean I'm using this. This is the formula for mean, right?
Yes.
And what is data? This is data.
Yeah.
Okay. So whenever we are calculating, we always use this formula. Summation x square by n minus mean square.
Miss, I don't understand this one.
This is just a formula. You will take x square, sum all the x square, divided by n minus mean of x the whole square. I'm writing it for you. Sum of x square divided by n minus mean square. This is the formula for variance. Let's try to do it with the sum so that we understand more better. Can we do with the sum? Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
miss.
miss.
Let's go to example number 9. I hope you are there along with me. We have to calculate the variance and the standard deviation for this data. Are you with me?
Yes.
This
Yes.
is a raw data without a frequency. Okay. If frequency is there, then you just multiply a f. So it is a raw data without a frequency. So this is your x. When you have to calculate variance or standard deviation, you need x square. Just two things. Okay. What do you need? X and x square. Come on, what is your x? We'll just put in the values. 3, 4, 6, 2, 8, 8, 5. With me?
Yes, miss.
Yes.
If I take the x square would be 9, 16, 36, 4, 64, 64, and 25. So the summation x is 36 and x square summation is 218. With me?
Yes, miss.
Now formula. How much the data deviates from the mean. Okay, so I will take mean square. So the formula is, how do you get the mean? Summation x,
Sigma X.
sigma
Yeah.
x divided by n the whole square. Yes. And over
Yes,
here,
miss.
we are going to take x square by n. So this is your x square. So first you need x square by n and then you need mean of x. Are you with me? X square by n would be 218 by, what is the number of data sets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 218 by 7, which is going to give you 31.14. And x by n, that is, this is your mean. X by n is how much? 36 by 7, which is going to give you 5.14, but I need the mean square. So 5.14, the whole square is going to give you 26.42. Are you with me? So now we go to the formula of variance. X square by n, that is 31.14, minus mean square, minus 26.42. So what is your variance? 31.14 minus 26.42. Your variance is 4.72 and your standard deviation would be root of 4.72, which is approximately equal to 2.17. I'm putting the video on pause, allowing you to solve. I repeat the formula for variance. What is the symbol for variance? This, correct? So
Yes.
Yes,
variance is
miss.
x square by n, the summation of it, minus the mean square. So again I'm writing x square by n minus, how do you get the mean? Summation x by n minus the mean square. So there were two things that we did over here. First thing is variance. Can you tell me, can you write the symbol of variance for me? Please write the symbol of variance for me. I can see your screens, please write. So variance is, this is the symbol for variance, right?
Yes.
Yes.
This is the symbol for standard deviation. How do you get standard deviation? It is the root of the variance. When I'm talking about variance, it is x square by n minus the mean square. Yeah? And you just put a sigma sign over here. Are you with me?
Yes.
Are you with me? But
Yes,
what
miss.
if you have a grouped data? Okay. What you have if you have a group data, that means if you have an F, you will again do this. Always ensure that you write the formula first. This is for your variance and this is for your standard deviation. For your variance, you would say x square by n minus the mean square, right? How much your data deviates from the mean, and you will say x square by n minus mean square. What extra you're going to do is, you will write f over here. You will replace your n with f and you will put the sign of sigma. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yes, miss.
Aris, are you with me?
Yes, miss.
Now you're going to refine the formula because you can't write mean square. So it's going to be summation fx squared divided by summation f. And for mean, how do you write the mean of a grouped data? Summation fx over summation f. But I need the mean square. This is for your group data. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yes, miss.
Okay, fine. This is for group data. Now you had first your raw data, then you have your group data. What is the formula for group data for variance? Can you tell me again? Summation x square by n minus mean square. Yes.
Yes.
For group data, you write the same thing again. But what do you add?
F.
F. You replace by n by summation f. When you have your data in classes, always remember your x is going to be the midpoint. Are you with me? If you have
Miss,
your
what?
Yes, miss.
if you have your data in classes, instead of taking x, your x will be the midpoint of your class.
Okay.
F remains the same. So now I'm taking you to this example number 10. Okay. In your example number 10,